We're live right now. They finally hit. They finally hit. Talk. Say something. Jeff, say something. Scream really loud. So here's the thing. You should be popping up. You should be popping up in the, you know what? I think we're going to be good. I'm going to the Nook intro transition. I just got to carry this moment. Don't worry about it. We're in the Nook intro transition now. If they can't hear you, and I think that they maybe can't, scream really loud. And then scream really loud again. What in the actual fuck is going on? Here we go. So, folks, welcome to scream really loud. Yeah, no. So, can you read off to me the intro? Folks, this is the Brew with Brotherwife. We are a band that is also a game show, happens to be a podcast. We're trying to bring a little bit of our life into your world, our juice into your mouth. So what's happening right now, folks, is Jeff is not live right now. I mean, he's live. He's live the same way that a robot is alive. He's alive the same way that, like, you bought a toy for your child and it is operating, it's moving on the floor and it's making noises. Except in this case, it's not even making noises. He's live in the same way that a toy that you put batteries in is alive. And he needs help. He needs your help. Something bad. I don't know if you guys can tell, Jeff. I wish you could see how fucked up you look in the screen right now. And I know I dropped an F-dog right at the beginning of the show, but I can't help myself. I'm going to have to get some new sources going here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do an audio input capture. We're going to do maybe an audio output capture. Desktop audio, supports desktop audio. And we're going to go like this, and we're going to go like this, and we're going to go, okay, devices. Oh my God. I mean, can I capture the audio output of this, maybe? That might be the... I'm going to go monitor and output. And we're going to go like this. Okay, so go ahead and make some noise there for us, Jay.
Oh, yo.
Hey, we got him now. Okay, keep making noise.
What's up, baby? What's up?
There he is.
Folks, this is the Brew with Brotherwife. We are a band. This is also a game show. Happens to be a podcast. Try to bring a little bit of our life to your world.
You do the last part, too. You do the whole thing.
Try to bring a little of our juice into your mouth.
Jeff just did 4 grams of PCP. He's on a camping trip, and he just did 4 grams of PCP. So when you see the glitching video, that's not actually glitching video. That is Jeff's flesh actually metastasizing to a foreign object.
I'm PCP'd out.
He's PCP'd out. But we're doing our best. God damn, are we doing our best to bring you a brother.
It's the obvious out here.
We're trying to bring you a brew. We're trying to bring you the Brew with Brotherwife live, episode 57, folks.
Yes.
This is episode 57. We are not fucking around. We are not finding out. We are passing go. We are collecting 200. We've got to get out of jail free card, and we're riding in the minivan called Life. And I'm a fucking surgeon.
We're not using it yet. We're not using it yet. We don't have to.
He's an anesthetist.
I'm the dog.
An anesthetist. Oh, you're the dog. He's the dog and the three girls.
I don't know. I don't like anesthetists. Anesthetists are fucked up. And they make mad bank, I think.
They make a lot of money, and they kind of take everyone's life into their own hands kind of willy-nilly. Right. Like, they're like, listen, gonna put you to sleep.
They're kind of an afterthought, but they are kind of one of the... Right, absolutely. They get whatever they want to also.
They do whatever they want. I mean, that's the thing. If you put somebody to sleep for 3 hours...
Yep.
I mean, you wake up with a sore throat. You wake up with who knows what happens.
There are dentists that are out there taking chances. So be careful if you're getting your... Here's a little bit of wisdom about SMT surgery. Get a fucking tiny little camera necklace. Do that.
That's a good idea. You look like the Grudge. You look like the Grudge all the time right now. Like, there's nothing about you that's human. You look like a fucking demonic character from a horror movie. Like, I can see every like 65th frame. It's wild. Yeah. It's luckily the audio.
I look like I'm Really?
Yeah, the audio's manageable.
That's great.
Yeah, no, we're
That's beautiful. That's all I ever wanted. That's all I ever wanted.
I almost think it would be better to have a picture of you and then do the audio.
I don't appreciate that.
I could make the picture more pretty than you.
I don't appreciate that.
You'd appreciate that if I made the picture more pretty than you
actually I don't actually, because I want folks to know that in life there's ups, there's downs, there's yings, there's yangs, there's ebbs, and then there's flows. And right now I'm flowing like a goddamn check valve. One way, baby. Let's do this shit right. I'm ready to hit the stage, GT.
Okay, let's hit it.
This road has got me out here trying to hit the road.
One thing that we do on the Brew is we bring you the news hot off the press. Jeff, do you have our first hot story for us?
What's the story that you want to hear, folks? You know, I really do. I really do. And before I get there, TT, I just want to say, your audio, your video actually looks wonderful.
Thank you so much. I hope I get a picture. Oh no, I lost. Oh, I almost got a picture of you. It was really good. It was really good. You looked like a. I think I can't legally say. Wow, This is. There's some things happening to you. What's our first news story today, Jay?
Here, you have to let me share the screen, or you have to pull up the news article I sent you and share the screen. Okay. One of the two.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and allow for you to share the screen, but I think it's gonna be like 16 pixels, and that's about it.
We're gonna see. Nearly 1,000 migrating songbirds perish after crashing into windows at Chicago Exhibition Hall. Todd Richmond reports. David Willard has been checking the grounds of the Chicago Lakefront Exhibition Center for dead birds for 40 years. God bless him. On Thursday morning, he found something horrible. Hundreds of dead songbirds, so thick they look like a carpet. God, that'd be an expensive carpet, songbird carpet.
That would be a pretty legit. Yeah, that's a really good carpet to purchase. I mean, if you have the money. I mean, you gotta think. So there's probably a way to convince 1,000 songbirds to commit suicide against a building, and I have to think that something happened scientifically, technologically, that convinced these birds to all commit suicide.
Why are they laying them all out like this?
Because they're making a fucking carpet.
Why are they literally color coordinating them like they're literally making it? No wonder. They're like trying to make a pitching flag. Right.
They're pitching the carpet to the ultra wealthy. They're like, listen, check out what we've got.
We've got like way too fucking happy.
We've got 100,000. We've got 1,000 songbirds ready to go in your carpet. This all happened in one day?
And we have a very... yes, sir, that was one day, and during the night, They crashed into the McCormick Place lakeside window. The result, according to aided experts, of a deadly confluence of prime migration conditions, rain, and the low-slung exhibition hall's lights and windows lined up. So they were all fucking in. They were in a goddamn arrow.
You gotta
They
love.
they literally crashed as a battalion.
You gotta love that these. Oh my God! And God bless her. God bless her. You gotta. God bless her. They've got a literal ogre.
Yeah.
They've got a literal ogre running a fucking
right. Right. Sometimes with being my monkey, she fucking sneaks one. She eats one.
She eats one whole. Yeah, absolutely.
She'll chop down on one.
How you think she's? I mean, she ain't get that heavy just fucking eating
This
churros, guy.
This guy just trying to get away from his wife. This guy fucked one. This guy fucked one and then was like, okay, I should be fucking that.
Well, I
was curious.
I just love that, like, they have a table there that's job is to hold all the dead birds. Like, who the fuck's job is it to go pick up all the dead birds in a city?
This is the perfect inset to be maneuverable, but also enough depth.
And I want
to house all of your
is there a
perished birds.
company that builds tables for
This
dead
not
birds?
great. Not great over here. This being extremely expensive. You can only afford one.
You can only afford one. It's just. You like. Is this must be a dead things table?
Look at his delights.
He's happy. He's a happy man. So massive bird kill window.
A normal night would be. So here's the funny thing. A normal night would be 0 to 15 dead birds.
So
they're getting dead birds like that's fucking normal.
That picture of him getting a picture, he's like, no, I gotta get this field of dead birds. Like if you go look at that picture, he's getting the zoom fucking wide angle, like it looks like you're on a plane of dead birds.
It's basically this. This is basically what it is right here.
I can't see what you're. So there's a serious lag. There's a serious lag.
Is it a pretty serious lag? Okay.
There's an extremely serious. That's what it is. That's what you were saying. That shot right there. That's
what it is. Exactly.
I love the caption too. Massive bird kill windows. Somebody wrote that. Massive bird kill windows.
That's the actual. That's the technical term that the installers use, so they just carry that.
MBKW. That's an MBKW.
Right. Absolutely.
It's an odd building, Will. The exhibition center. It's an odd building. It's an odd building that kills 1,000 birds in one night. Okay, what else we got, JJ?
We've been encountering a lot of dead animals in large numbers. First, a bunch of sharks were beached and mutilated, all fucked up. Nobody knew how, why, when, where, how, or I already said how, but literally how.
Some of these
really been in rough shape. And then I could have said why again, right. But the how, I mean, because there's a lot that goes into making a shark your bitch, and that in this extreme circumstance, and not one, but about 12, maybe even 40. How many?
I mean, it really depends. So here's the thing: if you're a guy out of the water making a shark your bitch, almost no respect. If you're a guy on shore, if you're a guy in a boat making a shark your bitch, no respect from me. If you're a guy on shore managing to make a shark your bitch, little bit of respect. If you're a guy in the water with a shark making a shark your bitch, I have a lot of respect for that.
I guess if a shark comes up, you're supposed to be as still as possible. You're supposed to be as still as possible, and then if they try to approach you, punch them right in the nose directly.
That's absolute bullshit.
That's supposed to be the big thing.
Jeffrey, if you're trying to make a shark your bitch, though, however, that's absolute bullshit. If you're trying to make a shark your bitch, you get in the water, you cut the tip of your penis with a box cutter, and then you flail as much as possible until the shark approaches, and then you make sexual egress on the shark's mouth with your penis. And I don't know where it goes from there after that. it probably ends poorly. But like, I think that's as far as this is a cultural storyline for me. Like my grandmother told my mother told me that this is how you make a shark your bitch. You know, like I don't know if this is like 100% accurate.
Yeah.
It's almost like a myth at this point, but that's what I heard.
I get that. Moving forward, another hot off the press here. Police body in the video shows 9-year-old handcuffed at Oviedo Elementary School. Parents of a 9-year-old boy have filed a lawsuit against the city of Oviedo, claiming their child's rights were violated by the school's resource officer and another officer who arrived at the school to assist. The incident happened in the school mailroom at the Stenstrom Elementary School on February 2nd, 2023. There are some low-trust individuals here. I can already see them on the camera here. Oh my gosh.
So Jeff,
this is like a goddamn
just
3D
as a
film.
heads up, you're going to have to freeze frame on it. If you want us to see something, you're going to have to freeze frame on it for like 10 to 15 seconds for us to be able to see it. Because there's a significant delay between you seeing something and us seeing something. Wow. Okay. That doesn't...
I'll add something for...
Okay.
Now what's up?
So you watching a video for us doesn't work.
Yes, of course. Momentarily, I actually managed to pause on a pretty good screenshot of the video that really conveys the point.
Yeah, that is a kid getting cuffed.
I don't know if you're that. Yeah, getting cuffed.
That's a kid getting cuffed.
And I mean, here's like I'm gonna read further, but like, not the. I mean, don't cuff kids, right? Don't cuff kids. But like, if the kid was like mutilating an animal and then was being violent, you could potentially cut it. Not cut it. Cuff it. Sorry. You can cuff the kid a little bit. Cuff for a cut.
Absolutely. Police body worn video.
What are you doing? You're gonna do.
I'm doing a thing. I'm trying to pull it up.
Okay. I knew you were.
Police warn.
According to the federal lawsuit, the child began aggression outlined in his behavioral intervention plan, otherwise known as a BIP, and was taken to the mailroom to calm down. While there, the school resource officer that day entered the room and turned on her body cam. The child can be seen in the video throwing pieces of mail and other items around the room and hit the SRO. Despite the child's BIP, describing that the school staff should limit interactions and give attention to the child during his episodes and not engage in any conversation until he completes the task, the SRO can be heard engaging with the boy throughout the video, asking him questions. Eventually, the SRO calls for backup. When the second officer arrives at the school, he tells the SRO, "I'm going to handcuff him." The SRO can be heard saying, "You can do that. I can't." Before the Oviedo police officer arrived to assist the SRO, the certified school counselor can be heard telling the SRO not to handcuff the boy. As the officer handcuffs the boy and places him on the ground, a school employee can be heard in the background saying, "I don't think he can do that." The SRO responded back by saying, "He can do that because he's on the road."
What?
As the 9-year-old boy is handcuffed,
What?
the SRO continues to engage him, asking him if he wants to go to jail. As seen in the body-worn video, the child remains handcuffed for more than 12 minutes until he settles back down. There's no question that a 6-foot-tall, 200-pound police officer can find some other method to assist the child than to use his handcuffs.
Okay, wait. We gotta take a quick break here, Jay. We gotta take a quick break here.
I mean,
if you're to a point where you've got to call a police officer, if you get to a point where you're calling a police officer in to deal with a child, then probably handcuffing him isn't the worst fucking idea. Like, you're not calling a police officer in to be like, "Hey, little Kevin, I understand that this is a tricky situation for you, but like, you know, we're gonna talk to you about how to like properly, like, you call a fucking police officer in to handle a 9-year-old because something very bad happened. And if you don't want a police officer to handcuff a child, then don't call a police officer in to deal with a 9-year-old. Like, why did you call the police officer in? Did you call them in Because you needed them to put them in timeout? No, you can put them in timeout. Put them in timeout. You can tell them, no, we're not going to do this. You can tell them, no, we're going to expel you. Why did you call a police officer in? Why? They've got handcuffs. Did you call them in for the gun?
Right.
I feel like you probably didn't call them in for the gun. They've got a couple fucking distinct options. They've got a taser.
Not the gun, not the
they've got
taser,
a handcuff.
not the
they've got a
baton.
gun. They've got a baton. They've got some pretty gnarly headbutts if you want to see that too. But you probably don't have the headbutts.
They could have flashed the. They could have showed the flashlight in their eyes. You know, they could have disoriented them.
It's just, why are you calling a police officer in to deal with a child if it's not in order to handcuff a child?
So you say cuff them.
I don't necessarily say cuff them, but I say don't be fucking surprised when they cuff them when you called a police officer in. If you don't call a police officer in and then be like, oh God, why are you cuffing them? It's like, well, you fucking called me in. You had a kid that was out of control.
Right.
I'm a cop. I cuff him. What?
Right. So I'll let you draw your parallels between. Well, you can pull up the video. Pull up the video.
The video showing when a police officer put a 9-year-old with special needs in handcuffs.
Is it?
So
they do say special needs. That changes things a little bit.
We now have
shit.
When a police
Oh
officer
shit.
put a 9-year-old with special needs in
Nobody
handcuffs.
told me he was special
So we
needs.
took that video to
What
this
the fuck?
paper.
Nobody told me he was special needs.
I take everything back,
Surprising.
folks. I take
Figures,
a little
he
bit.
says,
I don't
took
take
place.
back.
Parts of this nearly 19
Oh my God! They didn't tell me he was special needs.
difficult to watch. Good evening, I'm Greg.
Oh.
Martha Sigalski, we told you last month the
He literally said it felt like the
Florida
officer was egging him
over
on.
this February incident. Channel 9 Seminole County reporter
It's
Jeff
funny,
Buckley
man.
is live on
You
Jeff
know,
Buckley
kids
says
keep getting
the
your head
video-
You know the
sometimes.
music. You know the
physically
video's
and
playing right now,
emotionally
right?
from
Can
what
you
happened
hear
that
it? You
day.
probably can't hear it.
And Martha, that is what is alleged.
I can't hear or see it, so you didn't tell me, but I just.
SRO that
I was kind of just
on
talking to
duty
you.
that
It's
day
like,
here at Stenstrom
hey,
Elementary, as well as another officer that showed up that day,
So-
did not follow the law or their child's behavioral plan that the school set up for him, which outlines steps to take for his aggressive
So
behavior.
we've got 2 minutes left in this.
This is why I can't be an SRO.
That is the voice of school resource
Fuck it. I want to move on. Because I have a personal story. I have a personal story. Can I dive into
Personal
it?
story. I mean,
It's about
give me a
almost being
second here.
arrested
Give
when
me
I
a
was
second
8.
here. The kid is in there pulling stuff out of the kid is in the main office pulling all the stuff out and throwing it
So
everywhere.
disappointed in you. That's okay. I
He's
get that
pulling
a
it
lot.
everywhere. They have a
Doesn't
bunch
hurt
of
my
like
feelings.
mats and they're like guarding him from like walls and shit with like these mats that they're holding up. I can't help but feel that you don't call the cops in unless you want them to cuff the boy. Like they've got mats. I paused it and we're gonna pull back from the video. We're gonna move back to our screen here, but they had mats that they could hold up to prevent him from getting places and like stop him from freaking out. But they called in the cop, and it's like just. Don't be super surprised if you call in a cop and they use one of their 5 tools to like subdue the child. Like all the kid did, he didn't use the gun, and we can all be thankful for that. We can all be thankful for the fact that the cop didn't just gun down the 9-year-old. That's a big deal. We're thankful to the cop for not gunning down the 9-year-old.
I mean, it's like, do we want progress?
I feel like that's progress. We didn't gun down a 9-year-old today. Thank God.
God damn. So one time when I was in an apartment community, I was living in an apartment community. I was in kindergarten. I was about 6, maybe 7. The apartments right above us.
Can I guess what happened to you?
There was just like these. Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna guess.
You're not gonna guess, but go ahead.
Well, now that you gave me that little bit, I'm closer to guessing. The apartment manager went up to the upstairs place. The apartment manager went up to the upstairs place, and there was a kid up there that was freaking the fuck out, and the apartment manager took the kid down.
No.
Okay.
Not even close.
Okay.
Not even the same vein.
Okay. I'm out then. That was my guess. I took my guess.
But to your credit, I was just like, you know, when you think about things for a second, a flash of a thought.
Sure.
I did have a flash of a thought about how my mom was friends with the apartment manager. So you were onto something through the ether there.
I connected with your brain through the
apartment manager was
the ether, through the void.
Yeah, my mom was friends with the manager, and the manager was a little bit slimy. She would have us like 6-year-olds pick up cigarette butts around the property, and she would pay us a penny for every cigarette butt that was picked up. And mind you, this was in the fucking 90s, so a lot more people were fucking smoking, and there were a lot more butts about. And that just seems like the wrong move to have little kids picking up fucking cigarette butts. That's kind of gross.
I mean, it's gross now, but like 100
I
years
really have
ago,
a problem with that.
I mean, yes, now you should have a problem with that. But back in the 90s, they were still coming out of the industrial era, you know? Like, you can't blame them for using kids for...
Yeah, I get it. You can still smoke at a Denny's, so you can have a kid fucking...
Yo, Hollow Jest, what's up? Johnny Boy.
Yo, Hollow Jest,
God,
what's
Johnny
good?
Boy. When I accidentally say Johnny Boy, it really throws me back.
Okay, so I was about 6, 7, probably 6. Anyway, there's a neighbor that has PlayStation 2 games and a PlayStation 2, and I'm like, oh my god, this is fucking amazing. Like, thank you for. I'm an annoying kid that's like intrusive, and so I like get to like be places and do stuff. And wait, what are you doing?
I'm acting out your story.
Are you saying something?
Just fucking say this. Just fucking say your story. No, I'm acting out your story.
Okay.
You aren't represented video.
I don't know what you're...
You aren't represented in a video sense. I get every like 65th frame, like once every 6 seconds it updates.
Okay, all right.
So I'm acting out the
Let me
story.
know that's what you're doing.
I did.
Well, open up a line of communication.
I didn't want to interrupt your goddamn story.
And I didn't hear you?
No, I didn't open up a line of communication.
Well, now
I
you
didn't want to
derailed
interrupt your story. There was PlayStations. A lady had you picking up cigarette butts.
well,
You ate them. You lived under the power lines. You ate paint chips. You look more Mexican every year that you age. You might have Down syndrome. I have complete control of this situation because I can mute him anytime I want.
Oh my god. No. Basically, there was like a fucking neighbor that had a PS2. I ended up taking the PS2 and the games for some reason out of their house or something. I don't. No, it wasn't. No, sorry. They had the games, and I took the games to my other friend's house, these little Russian kids that had a PS2 as well, and there was like a wrestling game and like all these other games, and we played the games, and then for some reason I just left this stack of like 8 PS2 games right outside of my apartment. I don't know why. I didn't want to bring them inside my house, so I just left them outside, but then they ended up just getting stolen, and then the cops got called on me, and it was this whole thing where they almost took me to jail. They threatened to take me to jail, but then one cop was good, and one cop was nah, he's too young. And then my mom was just like, what the fuck? But my mom probably, honestly, now that the internet, she probably found them, sold them at a pawn shop, and then got fucking weird drugs that she was on. Because my dad was out to see it at this time, so she was in her phase where she was picking up homeless people to be friends with us, stay with us and shit, and doing weird, just lonely Navy wife / drug user things.
That's a good story.
Yeah, so I get it. I mean, thank you.
Absolutely. Zimcola, what's wrong with
Right? Knowing what we know now, she probably came up.
What happened is I'm acting out Jeff's stories because he has no video presence right now. Jeff is over here. You can see him over here. So I'm vocalizing his stories because he is at a campsite in Nantucket and nobody can see him, and also he's a piece of shit.
Oh my gosh. It's true. It's true.
But it's-
Gigi, how are you doing? How are you doing?
You know, I am doing aces. I'm on my probably checking.
You're living La Vida Loca.
Oh, my beer disappears. You guys can't even see my beer. It's like I'm not an alcoholic. I'm literally holding a beer. There you go. Now you can see my beer. Up here?
Oh, no.
I'm not an alcoholic.
And this is
Not an
it
alcoholic.
could be a water.
Right
It
here?
could be a fucking water.
It's not a water, folks. I'm doing pretty good
That's a
since
problem.
I'm on my
That's a
beer.
problem. I love that. I love that for you.
Yeah, that's always scary when you're a
We've been
kid.
working hard on a song. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that it's always scary when you're a kid and you get in a situation where, like, when you're a kid, the world is so small, you know? The world is like, I'm me, there's Timmy, there's my mom, there's, like, this one other kid I know, Greg, and then there's, like, Jimmy. And then occasionally there's a moment where you're like, also there's cops? Where the fuck did that come from? You know, you literally like you live in you live in like 100-foot by 100-foot fucking cube, and then you're like, wait, there's people that exist outside of this cube? And then sometimes they're really fucking scary.
It's a problem.
Yeah, when I was 5 years old,
That's it.
when I was 5 years old, my dad and my mom, my grandfather, who God rest his body that's still alive on this planet. Can you say that about people? God rest his body that's still alive on this planet, because he's still alive.
I think you can.
Okay.
I think that's a classy move, bro. I like that a lot.
So, you know, they owned my great-grandfather. I want to say some words about my great-grandfather right now. He was a fucking pimp. My great-grandfather, and if in his grave he's rolling over right now, I'm sorry, great-grandfather, but I think that if you came back and hung out with me for a little bit, you would understand that when I say you're a fucking pimp, I mean it, and that you were a fucking pimp. He was a fucking pimp, and he built all these businesses and he did all this cool stuff. Well, he made the hotel that my grandfather ran for a while, and my mom and dad were like the managers of. They were like the operations managers of. And there was a time when I was like 5 years old when a guy showed up with a shovel. A guy showed up with a shovel and he wanted to like fucking kill someone. Like, he was pissed. Nobody knew why. Like, we think maybe he was on PCP. It was the 90s. So like PCP, like, I don't know if you guys know this, but like PCP was actually pretty chill in the 90s. There was a period of time where everyone was like, PCP, it's a pretty cool drug. Like, not that bad.
Sure.
And then, like, everyone was
Angel
kinda like,
dust, baby.
Angel dust, baby.
Yeah.
And then it kind of got like, PCP's weird, it's bad, nobody should do it. But then ketamine got big. And you want to know the interesting thing, Jeff? I don't know if you know this, but ketamine and PCP are actually like pretty. There's like some similarities between the two, which is kind of interesting. But
Okay.
I was 5 years old.
You were saying about Shovel Guy, though.
Shovel Guy. I was 5 years
Yeah.
old, and my grandma comes over and gets me and is like, "We're going to my house." My grandparents lived in the same hotel. They had like a really nice house. Like, me and my parents lived in like a really weird, shitty, crazy house that was inside of the hotel with like the front desk of the hotel was like part of our house. And it was like, honestly, I wouldn't trade it for anything. It was really cool. Like, we got to meet so many people and dogs and like kids and like all this crazy shit. All the time there were people coming into the hotel. Like, I fancy that I am partially the way I am because I grew up literally like from age
In a
2
weird
to
carousel of
7.
insanity.
Like, I was part of running a hotel. Like, I was a kid that helped run a hotel, but I didn't really run the hotel. But I was like out there like, "Hi, my name is Tyler Smiley." But that my grandma comes over and she's like, "We're gonna go back to my house. We're gonna go back to my house." And we go back to her house, and I watch out a window while my dad confronts a man with a big shovel. He's got a big shovel and he's on PCP or he's super drunk. I don't know what the fucking deal is, but he's gonna kill my dad with a shovel. And it was one of these moments that was like, is my dad about to get killed with a shovel? This is very different. This is very different from like, I mean, I guess it's not that different from Lion King. Like for a second I was like, okay, it all makes sense. Lion King. My dad's about to die.
I've been trying to like.
I'm gonna run the hotel.
Warned about this for a while.
Exactly. Lion King. Let me know.
They're gonna run for like 7 to 9 seasons. Yeah.
Exactly. But it was one of these moments where I was like, okay, the world is a crazy place. All right. I'm just watching my dad.
Things get a little bit more interesting.
And my dad didn't have a shovel. Like, if my dad would have had a shovel, I would have been like, okay, this is like a video game. This
right.
Is like
Things would have been different.
But it was like, crazy guy with a shovel. My dad being like, hey, crazy guy with a shovel, please don't kill me. Also, you need to leave. Yeah. You need to leave.
You need to try and get out of his hands, because even one shovel blow, you're pretty far behind. Your HP is significantly diminished.
The right shovel blow on your face will just peel a section of your face off.
Yeah.
Like, imagine
absolutely.
Potato peeler. Imagine from here to here, and part of the nose too.
I'm imagining it right now.
To here, and it's gone. And you're like, we're good, except that.
Are you kidding me, bro?
Except that
you get no pussy.
You get no pussy after that. You get no pussy after that. Once you get shovel faced, it's kind of over for the pussy.
Nah, bro. But I regretfully, and this is abrupt, and I hate to do this to the good folks at home, but we do need to get going here. I have just a limited amount of time left.
A huge gaping, rotten.
Oh, don't even. You're the one that said, Jeff, we need to stop. You just texted me secretly.
I'm gonna actually kill you. I'm gonna actually kill. So if Jeff dies mysteriously in the next 30 days, literally just assume it's me. I'm gonna actually kill him.
Oh my gosh. We did talk about doing a 30-minute brew though, so like where are we at?
No, we talked about doing a 45-minute brew, and we were at 38 minutes and 15 seconds.
Okay. Well, I feel like that's a good amount of time for the folks. I mean,
all I'm saying is I'm not giving you any aces right now.
Okay, listen, folks. If you're upset, we'll tack on extra time on Monday. But I'm just saying, I might need to dip out. I'm literally, I'm camping with someone, and
who are you camping with? Who are you camping with?
I'm camping with my girlfriend, bro. And when the light is on in the tent,
wait, you have a girlfriend?
Shut up and let me tell my story then. If you're gonna give me the Inquisition, okay? I'm sorry to say you to shut up. Sorry, I didn't mean that. But where am I supposed to go with that bit? So the light's on in the tent, right? And I'm like, okay, all's fine and well. I'm in, and because the thing is, folks, it wasn't just me hopping on here and getting with. There was internet issues. We're looking at almost an hour now that I've been in here, and that was not the expectation. And so the light's been turned off. I know that when I close this laptop and exit this car, there is a serious chance that I'm going to be confronted. I'm about to get my shit fucked up.
Yeah.
And maybe in the way that I deserve. I mean, I don't know. We'll fucking see.
I completely understand where you're at. When I was black and white last time, when I was black and white on the camper trip, it was there were some costs associated with the brew.
Maybe only one of us should be black and white, like.
Oh yeah, sure. That's kind of funny. I like that. that.
Yeah.
Zimcolo gives you a Godspeed, Jeff. He gives you a Godspeed.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Like, things could be good, but I might take licks, rightfully so, because, I may have said something about 30 minutes, and I thought that, we had landed on that being a figure that was potentially discussed in some regard. But, upon your reaction, I guess it's not. And folks, this has nothing to do with you. I'm on the road right now. I'm on my way to Texas, and we're going to bring you a lot of fun things. But part of that is bringing you a couple sacrifices. That's how a family stays together. They all sacrifice a tiny little bit.
Sacrifices.
Absolutely.
And so you guys are gonna have to sacrifice listening to this this nut job prattle on for another 7 minutes. And I'm so sorry that you have to sacrifice that. I'm so sorry that you do.
All right. Well, I love you so much. Godspeed to the good folks home. We got Taking Time coming out sometime soon. We're gonna figure it out. And
we're changing the song title to Taking a Lot of Time. We're gonna just impromptu. We're taking a gratuitous amount of time. It's gonna be good though. You guys are gonna love it. It's actually a really good song at this point.
Share the hype reel. Share the hype reel.
Hey, fucking share the hype reel! Share the fucking hype reel! Share
the hype reel. Yeah. All right. We love you guys. We're Band's Awesome Game Show. Happens to be a podcast. Trying to bring a little bit of our life into your world.
Our juice into your mouth!
Our juice into your mouth. This is the Brew's Brotherwife Friday night.
We love you guys so much. We'll see you bright and fucking early on Monday. And
get it juicy.
Have something to bring to the table. Send us a picture. Send us a video. Yeah. Send us.
Again, this is a two-way street. Don't think you're in this alone.
This is a Chinese suction cup. We love you guys. Have a good night.
We love you guys. We love you guys. Mwah, mwah.